Hi children, I hope you're all well. So we're going to do some RE this morning and we're moving on to a new topic, thinking about gathering and being together. So I'm going to show you some pictures now and I just want to have a look at those pictures and just have a think about what those pictures have in common. So what's the same about all those pictures? Look at those. Do notice about all those pictures. Is there anything that's different about those pictures? What are they all doing? So they're all doing some sort of sport, aren't they? These people here are doing some kind of paddling and rowing, and it looks like they might have made that boat maybe. These people here are doing some rock climbing, and these children here are swimming. So that's one thing they have in common, that they're all doing sport. They're all doing something physical, aren't they? What do you think? Could you notice anything else that's the same about these pictures? Well done if you noticed that in all these pictures, there are people working together or playing together. In this picture here, they're working as a team to row the boats, aren't they? They've all got a paddle each and they're working together. And it's probably better to do that together. They probably can get faster. In this photo here where they're rock climbing, this person looks like he's helping this person come up the mountain or the rock or whatever you want to call it, and he's helping him. So they're working together there. And in this picture here, there's lots of children and they look like they're having lots of fun together. So they are, looks like they might be in a splash park or a swimming pool and they're having fun all together. So in all three of the pictures, they are working together. There is more than one person that is together. And that's what we're thinking about today. We're going to think about what things are better to do with somebody else. I'm going to just read you a little story now. And I think this story, you might be able to recognize the feelings in this story, children, because it's very similar to what we've been going through at the moment. The story is called Happy Together. Can I really go back to school tomorrow? Thomas asked his mum. Of course you can, she answered. Your spots have all gone and you are really better now. Thomas had not been able to go to school for over a week because he had chicken pox. He had not enjoyed that very much at all. His spots had been very itchy, and Mum had told him that he mustn't scratch them. It was hard not to, but when he did, it made them sore as well as itchy. The worst thing about not being able to go to school was not being able to see the other children, and Thomas had felt all alone. He had no brothers or sisters, and Emma and Joe, his friends from school, were not allowed to come to his house to play in case they caught chicken pox. Now Thomas was excited. He could hardly wait for the next day to come. He was looking forward to playing in the sand with Joe, doing puzzles with Emma, and sharing a game on the climbing frame. Just having a think about that story, it's very similar to what's happening to us at the moment. And I know some of you are going to school and are able to see your friends, and you're very, very lucky, but most of the children in our class aren't going to school and we're not able to see our friends. So you might be feeling really similar to how Thomas was feeling at the beginning of the story when he couldn't go to school because he had chicken pox. You might be missing your friends, and that's really, really normal when lots of people around the world are missing their friends and their family at the moment. And it can feel a little boring if you haven't got anyone to play with. I think lots of us have got brothers and sisters who we'll be at home with, but not everybody's got a brother or sister in our class. So you might be thinking, oh, I can't wait to be able to go and play with somebody else. Even if you've got a brother or sister, they might be really, really small. We've got some baby brothers and sisters in our class, or they might be a lot older than you, so they might not want to play the same things that you want to play with. So it's really normal, children, if you're missing our lovely school and our lovely classroom with all our lovely things that we've got in there, our fun toys. I'm sure there's a favourite toy that you're missing. Or if you're somebody that is going to school, maybe one of your very close friends isn't coming to school, so you might be missing them. So there's lots of things that we can relate to this story, and not just our friends in school, but maybe some friends that you might see out of school, and also our family members as well that don't live in the same house as us. You might be really missing them as well. So looking at this story, if we look at the last bit, Now Thomas was excited. He could hardly wait for the next day to come. He was looking forward to playing in the sand with Joe, doing puzzles with Emma, and sharing a game on the climbing frame. So we've got these words here. We've got with Joe in the sand with Joe, doing puzzles with Emma, sharing a game on the climbing frame. So all those things he wants to do with somebody else. So sometimes it's nice to play by ourselves, and that's absolutely fine. But lots of the time, we can have so much fun doing activities with other children or other people. So I want you to have a think now about some things that you enjoy doing with other children or with other people. Just have a little think. Can you think of an activity? Maybe close your eyes and think of an activity that you like to do with somebody else. That might be something that you're able to still do at home now. It might be something that you're looking forward to doing when we all can. Is there an activity that you can't do by yourself? Is there a particular game? Lots of board games often say 2+ players because you need 2 people to play them, or two or more people. You can't play them on your own. Can you think of an example of that? Okay, and what you're going to do today is you're going to write down an example of a time when you did a fun activity with somebody else. So what sort of things you like to do with somebody else. You're trying to remember a time when you had a good time, maybe playing with somebody, or you might have done an activity with them, you might have gone to the park or something like that. So I want you to think about that time, and then you're going to write a sentence. So I'm going to write a sentence. I'm going to do jellyfish word I, went, went, finger space to, oh, I went to the, I went to the park, with, Mrs. Lanyon. So I've remembered a nice time that I had with Mrs. Lanyon when we went to the park. And then I might draw a nice picture. Trees, maybe a little bush there, and then me and Mrs. Lanyon down here. Okay, so I went to the park with Mrs. Lanyon. So that's my sentence. That's a lovely time that I've remembered that I had. Can you think of a time when you spent some time with somebody and did something really, really fun? And can you write a sentence about that? Okay, and I'd love to see this work. So if you could send me a picture, that would be great. Okay, bye.